I got to imagine it's hard to the expansion and contraction of opportunities and then to be staffed up right.
Yeah.
To take advantage. Is that's
I would say right now, the biggest problem we have is we don't have enough employees and we don't have enough equipment.
To take advantage of
take advantage of all the work we could have.
Wow.
We're turning away work left and right sometimes just because we're already scheduled out 6 weeks, 8 weeks, or a year, depending on what it is.
Yeah. And so to Aspen's question about what's changed, the challenges that changed over the years, probably I'm imagining you can expand on this, but originally it was like, how do we get the business?
Yeah.
Now it's like, how do we work the business and not overextend? Is that kind of the more of the challenge nowadays?
I would say so. Yeah. And we kind of found a solution to some of the manpower issues is using temp agencies. And a lot of it is hard for us to hire full-time people for some of these jobs because they might require 150 or 200 guys, but it's only for 4 days worth of work at a power plant or something. So that's kind of where we utilize those guys. And then with the equipment, we've been renting a lot of it too. We've had to get stuff out of Canada and kind of just work around that as best as we can.
That's a lot of moving parts. Pretty incredible to think about. All the different angles you got to go after to get the business. You have to have the foresight too, to be able to say, okay, it's going to cost us. We can take this job on. We're going to bid this job out. But gosh, the unforeseen costs, like, oh, we may not have the equipment. We need to move the equipment. Then the insurance goes up or whatever else. And, wow.
And then just all the regulations we have to deal with and all the different permits and Arizona. We have to do dust control permits anytime we're working on a tank, and it's based on the size of the work area. And it's just a lot of moving parts. The guys can't just walk in and work anymore. So
and especially if you have temporary employees, you got to train them up and then get them going. Great question.
Yeah.
Do you have a follow-up with that one, Aspen? Or
I think Paul actually had a question that would probably go in with that.
Yeah, I think you answered a little bit of it. But my question was, like, I was in the oil field for 15 years. I went through 3 busts, but it always seemed like you guys were hiring the whole time. So my question was going to be, how did you diversify, or did you have to diversify, or were you already diversified enough that those busts didn't hurt you? One of the things that we always had troubles with opening up another facility was you had to find the work to get to deserve the facility or to have the facility. And then a lot of people would say, well, you have to have the facility for us to give you the jobs. So how did you guys, because eight locations nowadays is pretty amazing.
So with the drops in the oil field here and the diversification of the company, I was growing pains like in the 70s and 80s, but they kind of weathered the storm with that. And we did so much by that time. Anytime everything would drop, we were fine just because we did so much and we had so much work bid out and already awarded. And so they just kind of jumped these guys around. And that's one good thing about our staff is everybody is so well trained. One day they might be on a Hydro-X truck and the next day they're hydroblasting. And the day after that, they're sandblasting and painting. It just kind of everyone's so well-rounded and anybody can do anything. And we offer 50 different services and just kind of, I guess, weather the storms.
Well, one of the things it came back to me. Do you ever get too diversified that it gets overwhelming with what you're doing? You'll have one section or one service that you do is really getting a lot of work and the other stuff is not, or because I know some companies I've worked for have over diversified and then it kind of all goes downward.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so. Everybody loves it and we like being busy and just keeps the bills paid.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you got a lot of people that can, like you said, cross train, so they can do a lot of different things. So I guess to your point, Paul, like if you did have a push in one area that you weren't anticipating, at least the guys are trained up.